This is really going to show you maybe some of the flaws in both of the arguments of how it's laid out. Not saying that either one is right or wrong, but I'm just kind of pointing out in just terms of the debate and the actual logic.
Understand what DEI actually is. It's Marxism by another name. It is race Marxism. It is trying to destroy what exists, strip it down, and put in a completely different type of society. It is race it's race preference. And so you have to ask somebody, do you think your skin color matters to your worth? It's one of the most important, simple, honest questions in America today. If yes, you're a bigot. I have no time for you. You should be like, no, actually your skin color doesn't matter that much. Of course there's racial differences. They don't matter actually really at all. They don't matter about your character or your soul or your agency. And by the way, how shallow. I mean, people are much deeper than how they look, a lot deeper. And just to kind of put people back into sectarian tribes is regression. So what DEI does, it is re-tribalizing society into a new India-style caste system where you can never escape. No matter how much good you do, no matter how much you study, no matter how early you work, no matter how much you try to improve your life, you're trapped. You're in an open-air prison. DEI creates America into an open-air prison that if you're white, you can never escape it. You have to constantly apologize. You have to constantly go on a knee.
I'm not saying I have a problem with what he's saying. I'm not here to give my opinion. You can think whatever you want to think, believe whatever you want to believe. The problem I have is that when you start using phrases like, this is a Marxist thing, you're a bigot, you're a this, it kind of takes it out of the debate realm. Then it's more of a political snowballs you're throwing at each other, and it's not really a logical conversation, because as soon as you label it, if it's a Marxist thing, if it's a bigoted thing, then what other debate is there? There's not really much of a debate after that. It's like, well, that's bigoted, that's Marxist. It's better just to go with logical ideas. This was the right, and the left does the exact same thing in a different way. We'll show that.
Right, and we need to understand that shift for what it is. Right, it is a decidedly racist and sexist and masculinist agenda. I think we need to be able to name it, Ali. We've been tracking prior to his election as president the influence of white nationalism, of white Christian nationalism on the Trump campaign. We were talking about its elements in Project 2025, and now we see it show up in policy, and we're not using the language. Why not? We're relitigating the mid-20th century. We're relitigating the Black freedom struggle. We're relitigating the women's movement. We're relitigating the gay liberation movement. We need to understand what's motivating it. And let's be clear. And I just have to say this, right? Every time the country tires of the quest for racial justice, it falls into this illusion, this fantasy of trying to get rid of us, of trying to move us to the margins, to banish difference. That's the only way a notion of American identity can cohere, is that whiteness must be its anchor. Whiteness and maleness must be its anchor. So we're right back where we have always been. This is the contradiction that has shadowed this country since its founding. And here we are barreling towards 250 years of America, and we're still grappling with the same nonsense, Ali.
Yeah, so that's just dramatic. I mean, when you say things like you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're homophobic, you're misogynist, it takes it completely out of the debate realm. You're not actually able to have a conversation after that. Because if that's the main point, then who wants to argue for a side that's racist, that's bigoted, that's misogynist? It's better to leave all those claims out and just to have an actual conversation. That's the debate of DEI. So DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. I want to know what you think. What do you think about it? Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you think it needs to be done but it needs to be changed? I want to know what you think. And if you'd like to see more of this kind of content, you could subscribe, like, comment. I'm Tyler Covington with Center Leaning News. I'll see you next time.